We value our lakes, rivers, and wetlands for all they provide. To protect them from flooding and pollution, the most common and effective tool is the stormwater pond. Before we dive into stormwater ponds, it helps to understand how we got where we are today. As cities grew and farmland replaced forests, prairies, and wetlands, stormwater flowing over the landscape carried more pollution to our water resources, increased erosion, and caused greater water level bounces and flooding. We noticed that lakes and wetlands stored and treated water, reducing problems for water bodies farther downstream. Sand settled to the bottom in deeper, calm water. Plants trap debris and absorb nutrients and other harmful chemicals, which also break down over time by sunlight, plants, and bacteria. Wetlands stored rainwater and reduced downstream flooding. Unfortunately, only a few hardy plants and animals could survive extreme water level bounces and harsh water quality. Our lakes and wetlands suffered. So, instead of relying on nature to solve the problem, we decided to copy nature. That's when engineered stormwater ponds were born. Because stormwater treatment ponds can be placed exactly where we need them, and made as large or as small as we need them, they quickly became common in our cities and neighborhoods. In addition to treating runoff, stormwater ponds can also provide wildlife habitat, space between neighbors, and beautiful views. In the right circumstances, pond water can even be used for irrigation, and may help refill groundwater supplies. Over time, engineers came up with enhancements for safety, maintenance, flood control, and water quality improvement. Shallow safety benches with a dense buffer of plants isolate deep water areas from the shoreline. Pond inlets with forebays capture sediment for easier removal, while outlets with skimmers and trash racks trap garbage and can be made just the right size to reduce how fast water leaves the pond. Additives to pond soils and water like alum, iron filings, and biochar lock up more nutrients and contaminants. Blue dyes sold online, on the other hand, are a bad idea. They will flush through in no time and don't really work. If you live on or near a stormwater pond, expect them to look different than a lake, because they are busy working to keep our lakes and rivers clean. It's normal for stormwater ponds to have dramatic water level changes, murky water, thick green algae, mucky bottoms, and a musty odor. Stormwater ponds are not a safe place for swimming. Salty snowmelt from streets make ice conditions on stormwater ponds unpredictable and potentially dangerous. Except for very deep stormwater ponds, few have fish, and if they do, the fish tend not to survive winter, resulting in an unpleasant surprise in spring. Because stormwater ponds capture tons of sediment and debris each year, they also need to be dredged, leaving them periodically bare for a short time. Before you do any work in ponds, get permission. Ponds are likely owned and maintained by someone, often the government or a homeowners association. Even if you own the land the pond is on, there could be a restrictive easement around it. Some activities like clearing vegetation, moving soil, or building structures within easements around ponds are likely prohibited. If you notice issues with the pond, like a clogged inlet or outlet, or erosion along the edges, contact your city. Next, reduce the amount of water and pollutants entering the pond from your yard by minimizing the use of fertilizers and pesticides, properly disposing of pet and yard waste, and aerating your lawn or directing downspouts to a rain garden to help water soak into the ground. Encourage plant growth in and around the pond. In the water, plants and algae help break down pollutants and take up nutrients to improve water quality. The more big plants you encourage around the edges of the pond, the less algae you should expect. Algae is important, however, to filter deep water areas. On the shoreline, leave an unmowed buffer of native plants. They form extensive roots that prevent soil from eroding away, capture nutrients in runoff, and help water soak into the ground. Altogether, these plants also provide a beautiful view while creating habitat for pollinators and other wildlife. Even if you don't live right by a pond, many of these actions are still worthwhile because the runoff from your yard eventually reaches a lake or river through ditches or stormwater pipes, hopefully after first being treated by a stormwater pond. If we all do our part to keep stormwater ponds working, they can keep our lakes and rivers clean, while serving as a beautiful addition to the landscape and an oasis for wildlife. Check out the resources in the video description to learn more about stormwater ponds, and watch the rest of our animated Our Connection video series to learn more about your role in conservation.